Have you noticed your loved one or your client getting more agitated and irritated and confused as the day goes on, maybe early afternoon to late evening? Trust me, this isn't something that you're just imagining or something that's only happening with the person in your life. This happens to so many people and you are so far from alone. In this video, I'm going to share with you exactly what sundowning is and 3 things to avoid. Some mistakes that I know I made when I first started working with folks that had dementia, and 3 ways that I have found best calm sundowning when it happens so that you don't have to struggle with it the way that I did. Welcome to Dementia Success Path. I'm Krista, and this is the place where you're going to find tips, strategies, and get support so that you can find success on your path as a caregiver. Now, if you haven't already, be sure to like this video if you're liking it so far, subscribe, and be sure to hit the notification bell so that YouTube actually alerts you when a new video comes out. Here we go, explaining what sundowning is. So the surprising thing about sundowning is that it actually isn't its own disease. It's a way that we describe symptoms getting worse in dementia. And what you'll see is that symptoms like agitation or wandering or confusion, or even hallucinations or delusions will get worse starting from early to mid-afternoon all the way into the night even. Thing to avoid, number 1, is making your person with dementia sit still during the early afternoon or mid-afternoon. I've seen this happen in real life, and trust me, nothing good happens. And there's a very good reason why sitting still is something that triggers a lot of agitation. It's because throughout our whole lives, busy things are happening in the mid to late afternoon. If you were a stay-at-home mom, you're picking up the kids, you're shuttling them around, you're setting up for dinner. Or if you're someone who worked, you were changing shifts or you were trying to commute back home from work. So there's a lot of things that you were likely doing. And what dementia does is it takes away the ability to communicate and to understand what's going on around you on a more concrete level, like most of us would. And they understand that they should be doing something. They've been doing something their whole lives around this time, and yet they're forced to just sit still. And that's not something that always computes. Something that you can do to help avoid this trigger of this agitation and this heightened confusion around this time because of a need to be busy is you can engage your loved one or your client in an activity that makes sense for them. For example, if the person was a stay-at-home mom, having her fold stuff or getting her engaged in an activity that she really enjoys that will make her feel that sense of busyness is going to do a lot better than simply asking her to sit still and watching television. Ooh, Lord, the power of tone of voice and body language cannot be overstated when it comes to folks that have dementia. They really do get so many of their cues from us. For example, if you have a frustrated tone of voice or you have a very aggressive body language with them, they will assume that something is wrong and they need to react and they need to defend themselves. A good way to be able to prevent some sundowning symptoms of agitation and anger and all kinds of things that we don't want to go through is to have a very calm, soothing tone of voice and a non-threatening way of being with them, usually approaching them from the side and allowing yourself to be heard a little bit better, and being able to engage with them in a way that assures them and calms them down. You would honestly be surprised how many things in the environment will trigger someone that has dementia. Shadows, loud noises, sudden things happening in the environment, or just a bunch of clutter everywhere is going to confuse this person and bring up all kinds of agitation and symptoms out of them. So something that is easy to do is something I call dementia proofing. Now, we all know the concept of baby proofing our houses when we have kids. And I think something like dementia proofing definitely needs to come into vogue and into the general knowledge of everybody in the dementia community, because what that will do is you are taking away environmental triggers like closing the curtains when the sun is starting to set and flipping on some lights around so that there aren't any shadows, putting on some soft music to drown out some sudden noises. Things of that nature will make a huge difference when it comes to seeing sundowning symptoms. If you like this video, make sure to leave a comment and let me know which one of the things to avoid resonated with you the most. Also, if you're looking for more tips and strategies, I have a newsletter that I send out via email that is linked below that you can sign up for and join our community, man. We got a Facebook group, also link in the description. Thank you all so much for coming and watching my videos. I love and appreciate you all, and I will see you in the next one.